Let's be honest, Lori Greiner might be the warm-blooded shark, but don't let that fool you into thinking she's soft. While other sharks throw around their billions and flash their yachts, the queen of QVC quietly built a $150 million empire by solving problems you didn't even know you had.
You know what, I will. I'll go to 20.
We got a deal.
Got a deal.
All right.
Good.
Way to go, Aaron.
With over 700 products, 120 patents, and a 90% success rate on Shark Tank that makes other investors look like amateurs, she's turned everyday annoyances into serious cash flow. She's not trying to intimidate you with her wealth. She's too busy making money while she sleeps. From her sprawling Pennsylvania estate to midnight treadmill sessions that would make morning people cringe, Lori's world runs on one unconventional principle. If it doesn't solve a real problem, it doesn't deserve shelf space. And once you see how this Chicago inventor really operates, you'll understand why she's the shark entrepreneurs actually want to swim with. Lori doesn't just own homes. She owns strategic headquarters for her empire. Picture this, a 5,900 square foot estate in Exton, Pennsylvania, nestled in Chester County's most exclusive neighborhoods. Built in 2001, this traditional-style mansion sprawls across 0.62 acres of manicured perfection. We're talking 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and the kind of suburban luxury that screams success without needing to shout about it. This isn't just where she lives. It's command central for a QVC empire. The location? Calculated. It's close enough to QVC's Westchester headquarters that she can be on set in minutes, but far enough away that she doesn't have to live in the shadow of the studio lights. The house features fireplaces, a finished basement, and approximately 10 rooms total where million-dollar product ideas come to life. The traditional architecture might seem conservative for an innovator, but that's classic Lori. Substance over flash. While other millionaires build glass monuments to their ego, she chose a home that works as hard as she does. Every room has a purpose. Every space is optimized. This is a house built for building an empire, not impressing the neighbors. But Lori's real estate game is about more than just one mansion. There's her Chicago home, because you can't be a Midwest mogul without keeping roots in the city that made you. This is where she shares an actual desk with her husband Dan in their home office. Yes, you read that right. They share a desk. Most couples can't share a Netflix password without fighting, but these two share a workspace like it's nothing. The Chicago property isn't just nostalgia, it's strategic. This is where she grew up on the near North Side, where she studied at Loyola University, where she sold jewelry on the side while dreaming of something bigger. Keeping a home here isn't sentiment. It's a reminder of where the hustle started. Then there's her Philadelphia residence, strategically positioned near QVC headquarters. When you're selling millions of dollars worth of products on live TV, you need to be close to the action. This isn't about luxury. It's about logistics. Every property serves the empire. Her homes reflect her personality. Elegant but practical, luxurious but livable. Instagram glimpses show cream-tufted headboards, neutral palettes, and the kind of minimalist luxury that says, I have money, but I'm too busy making more to care about showing it off. But here's where Lori's lifestyle gets really interesting. Her marriage to Dan Greiner isn't just a partnership. It's a business merger that actually worked. They met in the mid-90s at Kincaid's Bar in Chicago's Lincoln Park. She was a Loyola University student with big dreams. He was working as a controller at Bell & Howell. Most people would call it a meet cute. Lori probably called it networking. They dated for 14 years before getting married in 2010. 14 years. That's longer than most Hollywood marriages last total. But here's the kicker. Dan didn't just marry into the business. He left his corporate job to become her CFO and vice president. The man walked away from a steady controller position at a major corporation to bet everything on his wife's vision. That's either true love or brilliant business sense. Probably both. This isn't your typical power couple arrangement. This is the next level. Dan and Lori literally share a desk at their Chicago office. An employee once told reporters, I love my husband, but I'd kill him if I had to be with him 24/7. But for the Greiners, it works. Dan's the numbers guy. Lori's the inventor. He handles the books while she creates products that generate the revenue to fill them. When Lori had her first big idea, that plastic earring organizer that started it all, Dan was the one who encouraged her to sketch it out. When she needed $300,000 to manufacture it, He stood by her as they mortgaged their future on injection-molded plastic. Most spouses would have said she was crazy. Dan said, "This is going to be big." He knows her so well that he can spot when she's about to have a breakthrough. It's thoughtful, looking up in the sky, with a slight smile like she just figured something out. He once said, "By dinner, she'll be writing it on a piece of paper. No kids, no distractions. Just two people who turned marriage into a business model that actually works." They've been doing this since 1999, when Dan officially joined her company. That's over 2 decades of sharing a desk, a bed, and a business without killing each other. Now, about Lori's daily routine. Forget everything you know about successful people waking up at 4 a.m. Lori Greiner goes to bed at 2 a.m., sometimes 3. While Tim Cook is starting his day, she's just hitting her pillow, and she doesn't apologize for it. "I'm a night owl. I get energized at night," she admits. At midnight, when normal people are deep in REM sleep, Lori's on her treadmill watching recorded episodes of House of Cards, Empire, or This Is Us. This isn't procrastination. It's strategic. The exercise helps her sleep, and the late-night quiet gives her time to think without the chaos of emails and phone calls. She wakes up around 9 a.m. "I'm not a morning person," she says unapologetically, and immediately gets hit with hundreds of emails, every single day. But instead of avoiding them like other CEOs, she dives right in. Egg white omelet with mushrooms and cheese, coffee with Swiss mocha flavoring that she calls ridiculous but good, and straight into the digital battlefield. During Shark Tank filming, different story. She's up at 4 a.m. and doesn't hit the bed until midnight. Those are 20-hour days of listening to pitches, negotiating deals, and fighting with Mark Cuban over valuations. But she still makes it work because adaptation is part of the game. This unconventional schedule is part of what built her $150 million empire. The empire started with one simple observation: jewelry boxes are a nightmare. In 1996, she had a thunderbolt moment about organizing earrings, took out a $300,000 loan, and created a plastic organizer that would change everything. She didn't just design it. She stood on Chicago streets asking women for their opinions, making sure it was a hero product, not a zero. JCPenney picked it up before the holidays. She paid back the entire loan in 18 months. 18 months. Most people take longer to pay off a flat-screen TV. Within 3 years, her company, For Your Ease Only, had generated over $10 million in sales. By 2000, she had her own QVC show, Clever and Unique Creations by Lori Greiner. For over 2 decades, she's been selling products on live TV, earning her the title Queen of QVC. Her products have generated over $1 billion in retail sales. That's a billion with a B. Then came Shark Tank, and that's where things got really lucrative. She joined in season 4 and immediately started making deals that other sharks wouldn't touch. Scrub Daddy? She invested $200,000 for 20%. It's now done $1.4 billion in retail sales. That smiley face sponge made her millions. It started with just $100,000 in sales when it appeared on the show.
When I did my deal with Lori, we only had about $100,000 in retail sales. And now we've broken $141 million.
Now it's in 80,000 retail stores across 23 countries. Squatty Potty? She put in $350,000 for 10%, and it generated $222 million in sales. She turned a toilet stool into a gold mine. Drop Stop, those things that keep your phone from falling between car seats? $80 million in retail sales, plus deals with 10 major police departments to keep officers safer on the road. Simply Fitboard? $160 million in retail sales in just 6 years. Bantam Bagels? Sold to T. Marzetti Company for an undisclosed fortune. Sleep Styler? Another winner. Her success rate is 90%. 9-0. In a business where most venture capitalists are happy with 1 winner out of 10, she's hitting 9. She makes $50,000 per Shark Tank episode, which adds up to $1.2 million per season. But that's pocket change compared to what her investments generate. She's not on the show for the salary, she's there for the deal flow. Every pitch is a potential billion-dollar opportunity. And unlike other sharks, Lori doesn't need to flex about her wealth. No flashy car collections, no yacht photos, no private jet Instagram posts. Her flex is different. She owns over 700 products and holds 120 patents. While other millionaires buy toys, She creates products that solve actual problems and generate passive income. Her production company, Good Place Entertainment, is developing TV and film projects. Her book, Invent It, Sell It, Bank It, became a bestseller. She's a paid speaker for companies like IBM, Chase, PayPal, and Adobe. Every revenue stream is strategic, purposeful, and scalable. She even gives back through Big Brothers Big Sisters of Greater Los Angeles, sponsors scholarships, and created inspirational poster decals for schools across America. But she doesn't make a big deal about it. That's not her style. The woman who invented a jewelry organizer in her Chicago apartment has turned problem-solving into an art form, and a very profitable one at that. Lori Greiner isn't everyone's favorite shark, and she's perfectly fine with that. While Kevin O'Leary plays the villain and Mark Cuban throws his billions around, Lori quietly closes deals and builds empires. She's kind when she says no, supportive when she says yes, and absolutely ruthless when it comes to execution. This approach has made her the shark entrepreneurs actually want to work with. They know she won't just write a check and disappear. She'll be on QVC selling their product, redesigning their packaging, and negotiating their contracts. She's not just an investor, she's a secret weapon. Her empire isn't built on flash or intimidation. It's built on solving real problems for real people and turning those solutions into serious money. With $150 million in net worth, over $1 billion in product sales, and a success rate that makes other investors jealous, she's proven that being the warm-blooded shark is just as deadly as being the ruthless one. Love her products or hate her midnight treadmill sessions, you can't argue with the results. While other millionaires are sleeping, Lori Greiner is wide awake, inventing the next product you didn't know you needed but won't be able to live without. And honestly, that's exactly how the Queen of QVC likes it.